Now, parallel lines have the same slope, correct? That means that they never touch, they run side by side, and they have different y-intercepts. Now, this says to write an equation for the line that is parallel to this and passes through these points. So what slope am I going to use for A?
Slope. You said what slope?
What slope am I going to use for the parallel line? They have the same slope. So this is our first line. And we're trying to write an equation of the new line that goes through this. Does everybody understand? This is a different line that is parallel to this one. Parallel lines have what?
Same slope.
Same slope. So what slope am I going to use for my new line?
Parallel.
Sweet baby Jesus, what is the slope of this line?
1/2 x minus 5.
Jorge, is that what you're yelling at me? Take a point. Now, if they have the same slope, parallel lines have the same slope, you have to start with your original slope. The original slope is 1/2, and we're trying to create the parallel line. Does everybody understand? Bronson, you've got to clean all this up or I'm going to fall and die.
Oh, what was that, Rusty? Oh, you heard the S just cracking again. Yeah, I didn't even crack. You said S word.
Push-ups, Bronson. Now, I'm given a point. I'm given a slope. What form am I going to write this in?
Slope form.
Look at you go. Take a point. What is point and slope form?
Y minus 1 equals M.
Five, Austin. And if y'all continue interrupting my class, your whole group's going to have detention. Get it together. Now, we need to write our new equation. It says, write an equation for the line that is parallel to this one and passes through this point. So this is a new line. It passes through this new point and it's parallel. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
My slope is 1/2. This is x1, y1. So it's going to be y minus what? 4. Very good. Take a point. What's my slope?
1/2.
Times x minus what?
8.
Take a point if you said 8.
Are we allowed to go over today?
Every day. Now, this is our new line. This is our, yes sir. Oh, thank you. I got it switched, didn't I? Thank you. Take a point for correcting me. Take 2 points for correcting us, because all of us got that off. Look at you go. Alright, so we wrote it backwards because we were excited and worried about everybody talking instead of paying attention. So it's y minus y1, which is 8, equals 1/2 times x minus 4. This line is parallel to this one. Do I have to convert it to slope-intercept form?
Yes.
I could,
No, you really don't.
but I don't have to. Now, if I asked you to, what would you do? How do we get rid of parentheses?
Multiply.
Okay, so what would I multiply? 1/2. Now, let's pay attention to the problem instead of just screaming numbers that are on the paper. Okay? So, this is what's outside the parentheses, so you would distribute a 1/2. Are we afraid of fractions?
No.
No. We have y minus 8 equals 1/2 x minus 4 times 1/2 is what? What's half of 4?
2.
Half of 4 is 2.
So it's 2.
Minus 2. Half of 4. 4 times 1/2 is 2. You divide. Fractions are division. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Does everybody see where I got that from?
Yeah.
Now, we're solving for y. Jadani, is this better? Can you see now? Okay.
You got negative right though.
That's why I wrote minus 2. Yes, sir.
I didn't see minus.
That's okay. Thank you for making sure I have my signs right. Alright, now, it's y by itself. What would I do?
Add 8.
Add 8 to both sides. Why do we add 8?
Because
Because it's an awesome. Very good. Take a point.
6.
Now, you should already at least have this first part in your notebook because this was homework. I'm just going to take it down.
Somebody got a rope in their bag. What
are you talking about?
It's a rope.
Fill it.
Hey, pick it up and eat it.
See, it's dead. But you could cry about it, and that would help too. Alright, now, we also need the parallel line that passes through this point. Now, it is parallel to our original. So what slope are we going to use? 1/2. We still use 1/2. Now, why do we use 1/2?
Because it's parallel.
Because parallel lines have the same what? This is my slope for my first one, so this is going to be my slope for this one. Now, this is x1, y1. I have a point, I have a slope, I plug into point slope form. Is everybody with me?
Yes.
Now, it's y minus a -4. Two negatives make a, so plus 4, 1/2 times x plus 3. Does everybody see? Are we sure? Jackson, did we plug it into the right spot this time?
Yes.
Thank you, Jackson. Now, how do I get rid of parentheses?
I
distribute, right? Now, tell me something. Does 2 go into 3 evenly?
No.
So would we want to really distribute this time?
No.
It might be ugly, right?
Yeah.
Let's just leave it. Now, I want you to please do one without me. Reggie? I'm just asking you to please focus. Yes, sir, I want you to leave it. Now, this one, if you can, I want you to put it in slope-intercept form. But you have to be able to determine that without me. Is it still parallel to the original one? That's what we're trying to do, right? Okay, so what's the slope of our original line? So it would be 1/2. Yes, ma'am. I just want you to justify it to me and prove it. I'm glad, Reggie. I'll come back there and check in just a second, okay?
Can I help?
Nope. This is trying on our own.
You thought it was a 9. This is how I draw my 6.
I don't think that's how it works. Alright, so did everybody get y plus 9 equals 1/2 times x minus 6?
Oh, man. I was close.
Okay, we'll fix it, Brunson.
That's not the answer, is it?
No, we're not done.
Oh, okay.
Because I have to what? What does Jorge need to do?
You gotta add 9. I mean, add.
Gracias.
I did it a different way.
He did it wrong. Ignore him.
But I still got it right.
No, Tater.
I told you.
You have to distribute. So that gives us y plus 9 equals 1/2 x.
Plus 3. Minus 3. Minus 3.
No, I think that okay, so
Yes. Unless I say put in slope-intercept form, leave it. And you don't have to do this part. We're just practicing. All right, now how would I move this 9? Subtract 9. And you would get 1/2 x minus 12. Who got it right? You did not. You don't have minus 12.
Yes, I do.
Yay! Take a point.
Okay.
Okay, we get it.
Because I subtracted 9 from both sides. Now, Reggie, do you see what I was saying about how you dropped your X right here? And that you needed to move your 9 over? Okay. So after you distribute, you still have to get Y by itself by moving the 9. Does anybody have any questions before we do perpendicular? Are we ready? Yes, ma'am? Austin, what did you just say? I'm pretty sure that was an S up.
He said it, yep.
So you're one more time and it's a... What? No! No! We're having class. Sit down. And I want you to write the notes for perpendicular over here, okay? Alright, please come over here to perpendicular. Right here. Hey Reggie, where are we in our notebook? Reggie, where are we in our notebook right now?
Right here?
Right where?
Right here.
What page is that?
Page 37.
And we're doing perpendicular lines example? Okay, everybody open that. Thank you, Damien. Now, perpendicular lines have what kind of slope? Opposite reciprocal slopes. And they should cross. So that means that we flip, we have two different signs, and they cross. So everybody open the flappy, and then we're writing up here. Opposite reciprocal slopes. You have one more time of me saying something to y'all. One more. Do you understand me? Opposite reciprocal slopes. Now, we are going to write our equation for perpendicular lines, and then we are going to graph it. Is everybody ready?
No.
All right, so my first equation is going to be y equals 4x minus 3 and I want you to write the equation that is perpendicular. That's the symbol for perpendicular, an upside down T, because that intersects at what kind of angle? A 90-degree angle. Take a point. Yes, that is perpendicular to this and passes through 7, -3. Now, perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes. That's what we wrote up here. What is the slope of this line? 4. It's positive 4. The slope is positive 4 of this line. So my perpendicular slope is going to be negative, but it's also going to flip. So if I flip over 4, what am I going to have? -1/4. All right, now I have a point, I have a slope. What form do I write it in? Point slope form. And what is point slope form?
Times x minus.
Okay. That was a little scary. I think that's what we said. Alright, so this is x1, y1. How am I going to write my equation?
You do y minus negative 3, y minus negative 3.
So minus a negative is a
Positive. Oh, yeah, plus
equals.
negative 1/4. Oh, 8 and 36 minus 7.
Children, calm down. Does everybody see where we got our new equation from? So we took our slope, our original slope of 4. We took the opposite and we flipped it because opposite reciprocal. What are all whole numbers hanging out with? An invisible what?
1.
An invisible 1 underneath. And that's where we get the 1/4 from. Is everybody with me?
Yes.
Alright, now let's graph our blue line. What's the y-intercept of the blue line?
33. Negative 3.
Negative 3. Alright? So on your graph, everybody go down 3. And put a point. What's my slope?
1.
Of my original 1. 4. I go up 4, right 1. Up 4, right 1. What do I do with my dots?
Connect them.
Do we have to connect them?
Yes.
Yes. Alright, now, my yellow line, it's not in slope-intercept form. We don't want to distribute because does 4 go into 7 evenly? So that'll be gross. Can we plot our point, though?
Yes.
Alright, help me plot this point. How do I get to 7, negative 3?
You go up 7. You go. No, you don't go 7. You go down 7. You go down. No, you go left 7. You go right 7.
Down 1.
You go up 7.
Left 4.
Oh no! You go up 3. No.
Down 1.
You go down. Right. Right. Step
You
down.
get your right.
Y'all need to get your life right. Alright, to plot 7, negative 3, you go right 7, down 3. You weirdo children.
Oh yeah, I said right 7.
Y'all were saying the wrong thing. So go right 7, down 3. We're plotting a point. We should know how to plot points by now, right? This is a little scary. Now, our slope is negative, so that means it needs to go this way. Can I go down and right 4?
No.
So I need to go up and
Left 4.
up 1, left 4, and they cross. Are they supposed to cross? Because they are perpendicular. Take a point, Damien.
Good job.
It is a weird shape X. Now, I'm going to give you your homework problems now so you can work on it right now. You are not going to talk across the classroom and be psychopaths, are you?
No, man.
We're going to get it together, aren't we?
Yes.
And we're going to work on our homework because there's a strong chance I'm going to ask you to show it to me before we leave.
Okay, babe. Is that
Before we leave.
And then you can go to the restroom in just a second.
How many
Can we go to the restroom next?
10.
10 problems?
All right, everybody ready? All right, so I'm going to turn the page because I don't have enough room over here to write your homework.
I'm going to do the same thing.
Now, this is 37C. And I want you to please write today's date, which is the 6th of April. I know, and it's 23 before mine. April's the best month, isn't it?
Well, actually, yesterday.
That's true.
Our tornado month.
And Easter's my favorite holiday.
It is a birthday.
Yeah.
Because
Yay!
I know, get her.
All right, so the homework says, write an equation for the line perpendicular, and what does perpendicular mean? They cross at a what? And they have what kind of slope? Awesome. Write an equation for the line perpendicular to the given line, the given equation, and passes through. It's a sentence. It's a sentence, guys. Through the,
Boy.
She just said it to send it, dude. Sorry. Send them out now. Go to the trees.
we're gonna have 3. I can give you more than 3.
Austin, be quiet.
I swear. She was gonna give us 18 while you at it.
Reggie.
While you at it, give us 50.
Get them, them.
Yeah. They're not. They're assholes.
Y'all need a bit. I do it for about y'all. I get out the whole thing. And then you got to do it too.
Do you want
You
to
got
grab
to check
them?
everybody work.
Do what?
So we don't have to grab
No, ma'am, no graphing right now. I just want you to write the equations. If you want to graph for bonus points, you can graph for bonus points.
Bet. How would you get graph? Oh, I'm going to do the bonus points so I can get this graded to 100.
Your notebook is graph paper.
You gotta write this. I got 90 minutes.
I know, that's just so much. Oh my gosh.